Hi guys, Dazzie here with another episode of my showcase series. This time is episode 72, and tonight I'll be showcasing the Action Comics key issue comic books in my personal collection. I haven't made one of these in ages, but every couple of years I like to refresh and show off books that many of you may not have seen, especially my new followers. So I've got books from the silver, the bronze, the copper, the modern age. Let's get into the books, guys. Starting with my oldest Silver Age Action Comics book. I paid £15 for this nice 10-center. This is Action Comics issue 261. And this is the first appearance of Streaky, the Super Cat. And we saw Streaky, the Super Cat, in the Supergirl TV show. Also the first appearance of Ex-Kryptonite, Big Bob Kruger, Marzol, and Rahul. And it's usually around about a £30 book. So for 15, happy days. Probably in the 3 to 4.0 range. Picked that up March of 2020 on eBay. Always wanted the first appearance of Crypto, but I can't afford that. So I've gone after his four-legged friend. And I think Streaky used to appear in the Crypto animated TV show. Moving on, we have another book I picked up that same day from the same seller. Another 10-center. This is Action Comics issue 263, guys. And this is the first appearance and origin of Bizarro World. Basically the home place of Bizarro. Bizarro's got a big fan base, as we know. And we've seen Bizarro World in many an animated feature. £7.97 for that one. Up next, we've all got them in our collection. This is a coverless book, but it's a decent key. With a cover, it's probably a £100 book. But I paid £12.60 for the coverless copy of Action Comics issue 276. This is the first appearance of Brainiac 5, who was in Smallville and Supergirl TV shows. First appearance of Sunboy, Phantom Girl, Triplicate Girl, Bouncing Boy, Shrinking Violet. And this is the issue where Supergirl joins the Legion of the Superheroes team. Yeah, like I say, if it's a decent key, and I mean 3 figures in value, and I see it coverless, I'm going to snag one. Yeah, like I say, 12 quid-ish for that one. I think the last coverless book I picked up was the first appearance of Shocker, obviously in an ASM book. But again, I paid next to nothing. I'll never pay more than about 15 to 20 for a coverless book, but it has to be a very expensive book. Okay, up next, a book I showed off in my latest haul video. Check that one out, guys. Absolute bangers in there. And they all worked out at £1.88 an issue, as did this one. This is Action Comics issue 310. And this is the debut of Dual Kryptonite. Enhances the mental abilities of criminals trapped in the Phantom Zone to affect events throughout the universe. Just cannot beat good old Silver Age for me. And a lot of these DC keys now, that's what people are after. It's exciting times with James Gunn taking over, isn't it? Up next is a book I paid £27 for. One of the most valuable Action Comics, if not the most expensive in my collection, because this is a nice high grade book. I've sold 2 or 3 of these as well. This is Action Comics issue 340, and the first appearance and origin of Parasite, Raymond, Rudy, Maxwell Jensen. We saw in the Smallville TV show, and more recently Supergirl. Includes a double page pinup of Superman. Make sure you check the interior of this book. That poster is in there. Otherwise, you will get a incomplete book when you get it graded. 27 quid for that. Easily a 3-figure book, high grade. And to accompany that one, middle of last year, I paid £10 for Action Comics issue 361. The second appearance of Parasite. Around about a £30 book, this one. On a good day in this grade. It was a lovely day, that, actually. What was that date? The 30th of June 2022. I picked up so many great keys for £10 a piece, included another copy of the first Dead Man, another copy of the first Dark Side, and another copy of the first Man Bat, amongst others. Up next, a little funky. I like to go after characters that appeared on screen. This character appeared in the Arrowverse. It was just one episode of The Flash, but this is Action Comics issue 348. And this is the first appearance of a villain known as Acid Master. It was Philip Master. £5.99 for that one. Action Comics 348. Moving on. Paid £2 for this one at the local gaming shop. This is Action Comics issue 414 as we enter the Bronze Age. And this is the first appearance of Gregory Reed, the actor who portrayed Superman in movies and TV shows back in the black and white days. Final appearance of Ulysses Bronson in this issue. Nice high grade book. And then moving on from there, we go from 414 to issue 421. I've always loved this cover. This is the first appearance of Captain Horatio Strong, a character reminiscent of Popeye, obviously, who gains his strength from organic seaweed called soncha. And the reason I picked this book up, I talked about the Arrowverse. It was the Green Arrow TV show that got me into this great hobby, and the Green Arrow stories begin in this issue. Green Arrow backup stories. And sticking with the Green Arrow theme, I picked up Action Comics issue 440. Lovely cover there by Mike Grell, one of the more famous Green Arrow illustrators. I've got a book signed by Mike Grell. I was gifted. $3.45 for that one. That is Action Comics issue 440. I just got back from another chess tournament. If you follow my channel, my son played very well again today and got another trophy in one of the junior events. Always a fun day out. Moving on, another character appeared on live action. This is Action Comics issue 442. Another bronzer. This is the first appearance of Inspector Henderson. Now, Inspector Henderson was Billy Henderson, was Black Lightning's best friend in the TV show, and this is why I picked this book up. £3 for this one. Again, nice grade. Local Antique Centre. And then moving on, a book I think is undervalued. I paid £4 for this one. We saw the character on screen in the Smallville TV show, and then more recently in the Man of Steel movie. She is returning in the Flash movie, I believe. I picked this up in the middle of 2018. This is Action Comics issue 471. And this, guys, is the first appearance of Fiora Hull, a serial killer targeting Kryptonian males. And she beat up Henry Cavill's Superman pretty good before meeting her demise in the Man of Steel movie. Moving on, this is a quirky one. £2 for this one. Early 2018, again in the local gaming shop. Just a book that always makes me smile. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Supermobile. Yeah, this is the first appearance of Supermobile in Action Comics issue 481, guys. Why Superman has anything to do with something that flies, I don't know. Especially something that flies and punches people. But that's what it is. A bit like the Thanos copter, isn't it? And I think the spider, is it a spider bike or spider helicopter? Whatever. I find it all quite amusing. Moving on, this book I always think is undervalued. This is a character that we saw in the Arrow TV show, and like I said, it was the Arrow show that got me in this hobby. A character was actually rumoured to be getting her own live action movie. I do feel we will see this character on the big screen at some point. This is Action Comics issue 521. And this, guys, is the first appearance of Vixen, Marie Joelle Macabre, the first black female of the Justice League of America. I have a Vixen animated movie in my collection. And yeah, a great character. Look at that outfit. Oh my days. £8.42 for that. Just sold a copy of that one actually for a good profit. November of 2022. Recent pickup at the Birmingham Con. Then moving on to issue 527. This is a character that appeared in my encyclopedia, so I had to pick it up. This is the first appearance of Lord Satanis. Satanis, the character on the front cover, I believe. £2 for that one. And I picked this one up at the Cheltenham Con of 2018. Moving on. I think this one's a little undervalued. If I did an undervalued key books, this would be one of them. This is Action Comics issue 544, guys. And this is the first appearance of Lex Luthor's war suit. Seen that war suit on screen, most recently in the Supergirl TV show, in console games, animated shows. It's also the first appearance of Brainiac's Skull Ship. We saw that in the Krypton TV show, I believe. The new origin of Lex Luthor in main story. The new origin of Brainiac in backup story. 45th anniversary year issue. And like I say, undervalued. You can get this book around about £5 to £10. Paid £2.49 for that. And that was in 2016, the year I started collecting. Moving on. A pick up from the Cheltenham Con of 2018 for £1.50. I picked up Action Comics 592, guys. 592. The first appearance of Sleaze, a troll-like alien from the sewers of Apocalypse. Another character that appeared in my encyclopedia, and I believe that is Sleaze on the front cover there at the bottom. It's also the first appearance of a pimp named Fancy Man. So I'm guessing, I mean, I haven't even read this issue, but that could be Fancy Man on the front cover, or it could be Sleaze. Who knows? £1.50 anyway. Moving on. Another undervalued book in my opinion. You can make good coin off it if the grade's right. I've sold a couple of these in the past. This is Action Comics issue 595. Love this cover. First appearance of the Silver Banshee. Siobhan McDougall Smythe. First seen in the Smallville TV show. More recently in Supergirl again. £10.66 for this on eBay. And in March of 2019. Like I said, I've sold 2 or 3 of those in the past. Moving on. This was alluded to that we might see this on screen at some time, perhaps in the Waller TV show. This is Action Comics issue 598, guys. And this is the first appearance of the Checkmate group. Checkmate, who is Harvey Bullock, Harry Stein and Knight 2. And in this issue, Metropolis is misspelt on the cover. So it's a bit of an error book. But Checkmate is to do with Amanda Waller. Okay, up next we have Action Comics issue 601. And this is the first appearance of the second Secret Six team. Death of Katma Tui. Mockingbird's identity is revealed. And this is the start of a weekly release for Action Comics. But I have the first appearance of the Secret Six team from the Silver Age. £2.50 for this one in Worcester. Moving on. We have Action Comics issue 645. And this is the first appearance of a character, a villain that appeared in the Supergirl TV show. There she is on the front cover. Maxima. Maxima. £2.79 for that. And then, moving on, issue 662. This is where Superman's secret identity is revealed to Lois Lane. And look at the shock of horror on her face. Okay, moving on into the second pile of books. We have Action Comics issue 689, guys. And this is the resurrection of Superman, Kal-El, that happened in the Justice League movie. Great to see Cavill return, obviously. First appearance of Superman's black suit intended to aid in his regeneration. £4 for that. Found a couple of those and made money off them. Moving on, we have Action Comics issue 747. Pound for this one. First appearance of a character in my encyclopedia again. First appearance of Dominus. Moving on. This is an undervalued book as well, in my opinion. This is Action Comics issue 775. This book is tough to find, guys, trust me. I look all the time for it. This is the first appearance of the Elite, aka Justice League Elite team and its members. Manchester Black, Menagerie, The Hat, and Coldcast. Now, Manchester Black, Menagerie, and The Hat all appeared in the Supergirl TV show. £4 for that. And the Justice League Elite appeared in an animated feature film. Hard book to find. Up next, issue 835. This is the first appearance and origin of Livewire. Leslie Willis in DC continuity. I have the first appearance of Livewire in Superman Adventures. Moving on, this is Action Comics 841. Another character from my encyclopedia, and that is the first appearance of the Auctioneer. On we go. Action Comics issue 844. The first appearance of Christopher Kent, aka Larzod, the son of General Zod and Ursa. £1.50 for that one. Now this issue is just the regular cover. This is Action Comics 869. But the reason I show this one off, because I'm always looking for the error version, which goes for a lot of money. And instead of having the soda bottle in Superman's hand, he has a beer bottle. So if you've got this book, but it has a beer bottle instead of the soda bottle, you're talking a 3-figure book. Okay, moving on. We have Action Comics 894, guys. Nice little key. First cover appearance of Death of the Endless in regular continuity. This is the second appearance of Chloe Sullivan, who appeared in Smallville. And the second appearance of Sebastian Mallory. My copy, as you can see, is signed by Paul Cornell, who was the writer of this issue. And I got that signed in February of 2016. I also have another copy which is higher grade, which I'm hoping to get signed at some point. But yeah, they're out there, that book. I paid £1 and £2 for those ones. Okay, moving on. And foolishly, I spent a lot of money on these ones, at probably £8 each, or £7 or £8 each. This is Action Comics issue 1000. And this is cover art by Jim Lee and Scott Williams. This is the first appearance of Ragol Zar, a villain named after the doctor who saved Brian Michael Bendis' life after he contracted MRSA. Now, it includes in a previously unpublished Kurt Swan illustrated story, interior stories and art by various notable creators. This was a big thing back in the day, and that was in early 2018. Like I say, I also picked up the Steve Rude 1930s cover. And then I picked up the Michael Cho 1940s cover. What was I thinking? But still, they kind of hold their value. And then I picked up the 1950s Dave Gibbons cover. I'm sure a lot of you got these out there. I just thought it was a milestone in comics. 1,000 issues. I picked the 1960s Michael Allred cover. Then I had the 1970s Jim Steranko. Love this one. It's from my favourite modern artist. This is the 1980s cover from Joshua Middleton. Look at that. Oh. Then there was, of course, the Dan Jurgens 1990s cover. I bought them all. Might be worth some, probably in 1,000 more issues. This is the Libro 2000s issue. And then I had to pick up the variant that was the blank cover. And the reason I picked it up is because I got my daughter to sign it and sketch it in 2018. She did me my own Superman. So I thought that was a real nice touch. My daughter is at Cardiff University at the moment. This is obviously 5 years on. But she's about to wrap up and hoping to send some artwork off to create console characters. Moving on. This is Action Comics issue 1001, and this is nice cover. It's the first appearance of Red Cloud, Robinson Good, the beginning of Brian Michael Bendis' run on the series, and this is a nice David Mack cover. £4 for that one. Moving on to issue 1006, £3.20 for this one. First appearance of Leon, a new antagonist with unknown motives. Forbidden Planet. Another one from Forbidden Planet is issue 1014. This is the first crossover cameo appearance of Naomi. It's the first time Naomi comes out of her own title on the final page of this book. Brandon Peterson cover, 50p. And then we move on to volume 2 of Action Comics, and this is Action Comics issue number 1. Paid £5 for this back in the day, but you know, it probably goes for a couple of quid now. This is the first appearance of Mrs. Nicole Pixwell, or Pixie, whatever. You know, it's a mouthful, but a character that appears on screen quite a lot. So that's his partner. Rags Morales cover. Then this is Action Comics issue number 5. The first appearance of the Phantom King and Axe Duo. These are all on Key Collectors, these books. £1 for that one. Moving on to issue number 9. We all know what that one is, guys. Second appearance and origin of Superman of Earth 23, Calvin Ellis. Rumoured to be in the DCU played by Michael B. Jordan, if I'm not mistaken. This book I've sold several of, always made good money. Still around about a £20 to a £25 book on a good day in high grade. £1.67 for that. I've actually got a couple on eBay. Shameless plug. And the final issue I'm going to show you guys is Action Comics issue number 11 and the first appearance of Metallic, or the Metallic, and they are an alien species that are in my encyclopedia. So that's it, guys. Just some keys to bring to your attention, some bigger and a lot of minor ones, something to add to your radar when you're out hunting. Thanks for all your support. Bye for now.